Hi, my name is Anthony Cummins. What I want to do is discuss with you today something really interesting in the world of ninjutsu. However, today's video is not about ninjutsu as a skill, it's about a specific ninja and a book that everybody passes over. And I want to support this book, to be honest, because I want to keep it going. Now, it's called Stories from a Tea Room Window, and it's actually just small stories about the art of tea. So it's nothing to do with martial military warfare, it's nothing to do with ninjas. In fact, unless you're interested in tea, it's not of a massive amount of interest. However, if you're interested in Japan and Japanese culture, superb. There's some great stuff in here. Now, the problem is the authors themselves don't know this, or the translators I should say. But the actual author himself, can you see it here? His name is Chikamatsu. There. Yep. Just let me get that right. Chikamatsu was actually a trained Koka ninja. He was trained by a real Koka no Mono in the art of Koka ninjutsu. And we know he was certificated in it. We know he received a full manual on ninjutsu, and that he went away, you know, as a fully trained shinobi. What you might not realise is Chikamatsu was actually, it was around the 1700s time when samurai were dropping into bureaucracy, and he was really militaristic, and he started the school Ichizen Ryu. Now, we know this because we have a manual by Chikamatsu, and he tells us all these things, and we know all this, and we've actually translated the manual. Now, this translated manual will be my new book, and the new book will be titled, just put the title here. The reason I'm not saying it out loud is because it's not been decided yet. So if you're watching this video at the time when it's been published, you will see there's a little bubble there, and it should take you directly to Amazon where you can get the translation. So enjoy that, it's really, really interesting, it's superb. However, back to the book. So, Chikamatsu, 1700s, writes about the tea ceremony, but he's actually a Koka ninja. And what I want to do, guys, is I want you lot to support just generally the history of ninjutsu. And if you've got some spare cash, go and buy the book. But if you just like Japanese culture in general, and you want to hold something that was written by a real ninja, or you can visualize him back in his domain, probably performing the skills of a ninja, this is him, this is the guy. On the whole, it's generally just, as I say, about tea. So there's lots of terminology on tea, a lot of little anecdotes. However, I'll read a small section for you here. So I'm just going to read one short paragraph from one of the things. And to be honest, I think this one, which is called The Tea Ceremony for Warriors, is probably the best one. But as I say, this is one paragraph. I myself am now old. I'm reduced to skin and bones, so that I can scarcely manage to handle the ladle. And yet, years ago, in the 10th month, when I was 15 years old and my brother, Tongoro, was 14, we too attacked the enemy at the castle of Katakoka in Kawachi province, ahead of all others. At that battle, Lord Nobunaga gave us a commendation. Since then, I have struck with the spear, cut off heads, and been bathed in blood innumerable times. Ujisato, too, a hero whom I can never hope to equal, has become great. Both of us have rose up to become lords, not through the power of the tea scoop, but through our own efforts in our own vocation, i.e. military skills. So, you know, that's one of the more interesting stories in there, but it's generally Chikamatsu talking about old stories, old anecdotes to do with the tea room. Now, of course, I speak about this in my new book and give you the full translation of Chikamatsu's stuff. Krista from Budo Ryu is also got a copy of this manual, and she talked about it in her upcoming book, which I think will be in the first quarter of next year. So, for the translation, of course, and discussion on these, see the two books coming up. So, to the ninja community out there, while it's not directly ninjutsu, just get it. It's well worth keeping the writings of ancient shinobi alive, even if it's nothing to do with ninjutsu. And just to support books like this to keep Japanese culture going. With all the MMA at the minute, Japanese martial arts are tending to drop off, which means interest in Japanese culture through those martial arts is dropping off. So let's try and keep it going and promote it. I hope you enjoy that. Put any responses you like underneath, and enjoy reading the words of a real-time Koka ninja.